we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll only criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Yes. This is the Black Portal. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. My brother, my sister, from the newsreel, we endeavor to always keep it real. And today we have a number of issues, so we go straight for the jugular vein. No two ways about them, think the man. And I need you to come along whilst we look at some of these very important things. Now, let us start with this one that is coming from City Newsroom. And it says, Supreme Court dismisses suit challenging FDA's ban on celebrities in alcohol adverts. And I read it. Now, the Supreme Court has dismissed a suit seeking to declare as unconstitutional the Food and Drugs Authority's guidelines that prohibit celebrities from advertising for alcoholic beverages. Now, the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, in 2016 instituted guidelines for the advertisement of foods and beverages, where the authority noted that no well-known personality or professional shall be used in alcoholic beverage advertisement. But the plaintiff in the case, Mark Darlington Osei, who is the manager for musicians Reggie and Bolly, believes that the directive is discriminatory and unconstitutional. He filed the suit at the Apex Court, praying the court to injunct the Food and Drugs Authority by interpreting Article 17(1) and 17(2) of the Constitution to mean that the directive is discriminatory. But in a majority 5-2 decision, the Supreme Court, presided by Chief Justice Gertrude Tokuno, upheld the constitutionality of the directive. Mr. Osai's lawyer, Bobby Bantu, argued that the FDA's 2015 regulation banning celebrities from advertising alcohol is discriminatory against the creative arts industry. Now, the very good thing about this suit is that it is democratic and it is constitutional, and at the same time we are resorting to the courts rather than taking the laws into our own hands. But the ridicule here is the fact that we live in a country where we have more bitters than clean drinking water. Write it down. I said, we live in a country where we have more alcoholic bitters than clean drinking water. It is easier to find these bitters and that bitters, and this bitters, what bitters, who bitters, what bitters, how bitters, when bitters. Everything is bitters. What a bitter nation. We live in a country where it is easier to find bitters, alcoholic bitters, than clean drinking water. My brother, my sister, we are gradually becoming a bitter nation. Now, the only way so-called celebrities from the creative art can make money is by advertising for alcoholic beverages. Do they know that they are role models? My brother, my sister, now the respect that has been put on the creative people, aka musicians, filmmakers, and so on and so forth, my brother, my sister, is huge in one way or the other. Now, if you are only being reminded of your responsibility as a role model, and you are asked to stay away from advertising beverages that are meant for 18 plus, my brother, my sister, it is sad that some people will still go to court and fight this. But again, it is good that we are testing the law. Now, we live in a country where role models have ceased to be role models from the start, right from the president all the way down to the messenger. Presidents in this country are no longer role models, they are thieves. Ministers of state are no longer role models, they are thieves. Men of God and pastors and Christian missionaries are no longer role models, they are perverts and rapists and thieves. If somebody only comes to remind me of my responsibility as a role model, my brother, it is nothing but a call for an applause. Why is it that our celebrities want to advertise alcohol? Do you understand that a lot of people follow you as a celebrity? Do you know what it means to say celebrity? Somebody who's been celebrated. When I followed Raskimono, when he was here with us physically, I told you, anything Kimono did, I wanted to copy. Imagine Kimono advertised alcohol. I have never drank alcohol all my life. For all you know, I would have drank alcohol too at that age. I watched a music video where Raskimono wore a torn jeans, tear up jeans. I bought jeans from KJT Market in Kumasi, cut all parts that Kimono cut in his music video, and I wore that, and I wrote on it, I love Raskimono. If Kimono had advertised smoking, I am sure at that age I would have smoked too. This is the onus lying on top of the creatives. You are celebrated because of the work that you do. You are closer to the public than even the politicians. So if you are told, stay away from advertising things like cigarettes, things like alcohol, especially in a country that is a bitter nation where you can find more bitters than clean drinking water, you should applaud. I am glad the court threw out this, and I can say that the court will continue throwing it out over and over. What we should be fighting for as creative people is for our royalties to be paid correctly and on time. It's for us to have more respect as a people and be paid properly. Laws put in place to be able to deal with our income rather than making us die young, all because we are earning so poorly. Need I go deep into it? Please continue banning all of us who want to promote alcohol. It came to a time the only way musicians in Ghana made money was to perform for alcoholic beverages. Only God knows how many souls we won for drunkenness. I leave it here. Now the next thing I would like to look at, and I need you to come along because this is very serious, my brother. It's very serious. It's coming from My Joy Online, and it says, Opoku Prempeh leads in NPP's choice of running mate for Bawumia. And this is an NIB survey, and I read. Now the Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, is widely preferred amongst party members to be the running mate to the new patriotic party flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, according to a survey by the National Investigation Bureau. Now, the survey engaged 5,116 MPP delegates worldwide, including national, regional, constituency, and polling station executives. According to the survey, Dr. Opoku Prempeh secured 76.2% of the responses from executives polled. Following him was the Minister of Education and MP for the Bosumtwi, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, who garnered 10.16. I leave it here. Yes, I leave it here. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the arrogant guy. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the propagandist. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the power-drunk hypocrite. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, aka Napo, disrespectful Napo. These are the people who show you all kinds of respect in quotes, but when they gain some small power, they behave like animals. There are people like that. They are so humble. They are full of humility when they are with you. But when they gain a little bit of power, they are too big to relate to you anymore. How many people have seen that? How many people know this kind of people? Matthew Poku Prempe is one such person. I don't like him one bit. Now, the latest thing he said, which Ghanaians will always remember, if you think there is doom so, go and bring out your own timetable. Such an arrogant twerp. They soon forget that we loaned them the power. They talk to us as if they own us. All because a few fools run after these people and ask them for chop money. Now, when an employer relegates himself to the doldrums of becoming an employee, this is how you are treated. We are in a country where those who are supposed to own the power rather beg for power. When you go to some countries, people like Matthew Opoku, aka Prempe, aka Napo, aka what, will never ever taste power because they are arrogant. I started disliking this guy from when he claimed that Nana Akufo-Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah when it comes to education in Ghana. In other words, Nana Akufo-Addo has contributed substantially, more substantially than Kwame Nkrumah. From the day he said this, I looked at his morose face and I told myself that this guy is a twerp. Do you know your history? This is supposed to be a doctor. If this was a kindergarten boy who spoke like that, we could forgive him and educate him. But at a point, this man was the Minister of Education, right? Am I correct? A Minister of Education who himself is uneducated. It's sad. Today is the Minister of Energy. And we are told that that is where they get all their money, the Ministry of Energy, to do their dirty campaigns, these politicians. It's sad. From when Napo said this, I told myself that this guy is a twerp. He didn't end there. When school children were brought all the way to the Independence Square, is it Liberation Square, Independence Square? Yes. All over to come and register to go to school in such a digital era. They made analog the school placement system. They called all of them to the Independence Square. No water was given to them to rehydrate them. Out of dehydration, under the hot tropical sun, some of the school children started collapsing. And instead of rendering an unqualified apology to the parents and the people of Ghana, hypocritical twerp Napo came out and said, oh, it's Mahama who did it. Mahama decided to put people in buses and brought them all the way to the Independence Square and asked them to collapse. They should just fall and pretend they had collapsed so that they would discredit the government in power. Such a twerp. When I heard this, I was not surprised. If a man can say that Nana Akufo-Addo, the villain Nana Akufo-Addo, villain president, has done better than Kwame Nkrumah, who took money out of his own pocket to build a whole secondary school in the Cape Coast municipality, at the time that it mattered most, when Europeans were chasing our sons and daughters out of schools because they participated in a certain demonstration that ended up giving us independence. How dare you compare Nana Akufo-Addo to Kwame Nkrumah in that regard? He never apologized, that twerp. From that day, I told myself, anytime I meet this man, To God be the glory. If there's an opportunity, I'll tell him, shed off your coat of arrogance. You are a public figure. You are supposed to serve the public. You are not supposed to lord it over the public. So if such a guy is touted as the running mate of another arrogant guy, a lying guy, Bawumia, I am not surprised. After all, birds of the same feathers do not only flock together, they eat together. We wish you a good time in your politicking. May you return into opposition and never come into power again. Hallelujah. I'm going to look at this thing very quickly. I'm already running out of time. And it says, hands off our hotels. Demo was very unnecessary. Nana Komia slams organizers. And I read, Nana Komia has rebunked the protesters of the hands off our hotels demonstration, which occurred in Accra yesterday, Tuesday, June 18. Hundreds of Ghanaians, consisting of organized labor and leading members of the opposition National Democratic Congress, hit the streets in protest against the sale of 4 hotels to Rock City Hotel, a company owned by Brynn Acheampong, the Minister of Agriculture. Now the demonstration turned confrontational when the demonstrators decided to march into the Jubilee House but were prevented by the police. Now the protesters reportedly pelted stones at the police, who in return released tear gas and pepper spray to disperse them. But to Nana Komia, the demonstration was unnecessary. The STC Chief Executive Officer, tackling the matter during a general discussion, questioning the relevance of the protest, stressing the organizers have already petitioned Shraj to investigate the seats hotel sale. Hence, he expects them to allow the commission to do their job. My Asante people in Asante region will say, we nimbriye. Your eye no red. My brother, I have petitioned Shraj to investigate an issue. Prevents me from having a demonstration. I wish this demonstration will come again and again and again and again. This is what is called pressure. What is the purpose of a demonstration? It is to push home an agenda. It is to push home a certain demand. We are petitioning Shraj. You have so much impoverished Shraj. You have so much impoverished the CJ, the Chief Justice. You have so much impoverished the justice system of this nation. To sit back, fold my hands, and push my hands inside my demirifa is not enough. Nana Komia is only talking partisan. My brother, my sister, we want this demonstration to continue and continue and continue. Now, related to this one is something I'm reading from Tree News, and it says, I'm disappointed in Elizabeth Ohene led SNIT board. Then this Ablakwa, the leader of the hands of our hotel demonstration. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the lead convener of the hands of our hotel demonstration and member of parliament of North Tongue constituency, has called for the immediate dissolution of the board of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT. Mr. Ablakwa said he's very disappointed in the SNIT board led by Mrs. Elizabeth Ohene for failing to act to prevent the trust from diversifying the stakes in 4 hotels to Brynn Acheampong's Rock City Hotel Limited. Now, the North Tongue lawmaker led hundreds of Ghanaians in the hands of our hotels demonstration in Accra on Tuesday, that's yesterday, June 18. But he says he's disappointed. My brother, I am also disappointed, and we keep getting disappointed. In our nation, Ghana, it's not about Ghana anymore. It's about us. As long as my plate is full, I don't care who hasn't eaten for the past, only God knows how long. That's how we live. We are greedy, stupid, foolish, selfish, and much more. My brother, there's another thing here that I would like to bring to your notice, and it's interesting. Hey, people can talk, oh. People can talk, oh. My God. There's something here, I told you, that I need you to listen to. You know what is happening? Somebody here is also saying that they sold some shares to the Ahoy brothers in the days of the NDC. For that matter, a black one should stop talking about the sale of the hotels to Brynn Acheampong. He should rather talk about the Ahoys. Oh my God. So you see, it's equalization. This is what is called equalism. Isms and schisms. Oh, you did it when you were in power. So if we do it right now, it's okay. It's no more about Ghana. It's about who did what, legitimizing it for another person to do same. What a shame. NDC did it. So if you also did it, if you also do Abi be nothing. Oh, what a shame. I am most disappointed. So let us bring the Ahoy's issue out. Let us put Ghana first. If they are wrong, let us correct whatever mistakes we made. What is this mediocre thinking? What is this disloyal thinking? We are no longer patriotic to our nation. We are only patriotic to our bank accounts. Write it down. In Ghana, we are no longer patriotic to our nation. We are patriotic to our bank accounts. My brother, my sister, I am disappointed. I wish I could go on, but let me just tackle this for 2 minutes and I'll be out. Now there is something here I want to draw your attention to, and it's about Reverend Kusi Boateng. And there's something here on Ghana Web. It says Reverend Kusi Boateng has gone to Court of Appeal in privacy breach case. I don't know why this case is still lingering and tarrying. It's sad. A man who was with and still with the defunct cathedral, so-called National Cathedral, which is the most expensive hole ever dug in the world. A useless hole they dug, sank so much money into it. A man implicated in so many levels of criminality. He's still running around, blowing his mouth left, right, and center. What are the courts doing? What happened to the case in court? I won't say much. I'll leave it here. It's been the Black Pot.
Yabo!